Alright folks, I am back. Made a video earlier today talking about how the harmonic balancer had bottomed out against the center drag link. You can see right there where it happened. Not too much on the harmonic balancer itself. It didn't look too bad, the center drag link, but the damage is mostly done on the harmonic balancer. That's what I'm trying to say. But, you know, whatever. Big reason for it is you can obviously see, anybody that's ever dealt with old Chevys before, you can very clearly see that those are homemade frame mounts there. And so what I'm going to do is, I've got this one off already. We pulled the motor out just so I could do this, pretty much. Probably didn't have to pull the motor out to do this, but there's not really a whole lot to it, so we went ahead and did it. It makes it a lot easier to do this job. But it's not going to look pretty. It already doesn't look pretty, but I'm going to shim these frame mounts up here with a stack of washers under each bolt. And that's pretty much all I know to do right now, other than going and finding some, about a 3/8 or ½ inch thick steel and, making another plate and stacking on there. But there's already 2 or 3 plates stacked on there, so it looks awful. It looks like Caleb must have run off one of my tools, because here he comes back carrying something. You stole my wrench!
Hell yeah, I did. Caught it right as I was pulling out.
Thanks, babe.
See you guys.
Yeah, I got him to come over here and help me today to do this. I'll tell you what, we made pretty good timing ripping that motor out of here, because it was in the truck. Everything was hooked up. I mean, it was ready to run and drive, aside from having exhausts hooked up to it. It had a carburetor on it. The transmission was all bolted up. Torque converter was bolted up. Radiator was in. I mean, everything was hooked up. This thing was at the very least ready to be started and moved around the yard under its own power. I wouldn't say I would have took off and drove it to town, but it was at least ready for that. So, considering that, we made pretty good timing yanking this motor out of this thing. And like I said before, the only reason we pulled this motor out is because you can see it right there. I mean, that looks bad. Groove war in the harmonic balancer, where it was bottomed out down here on the center drag link. It was keeping it from starting. It wouldn't hardly turn over. For the longest time, I thought it had some sort of an electrical issue, and I got busy at work and stuff, and I just got to where I didn't really feel like fooling with it. And I just happened to walk out here yesterday, or sometime or another, and I just happened to notice it. Just purely by accident figured out that was the problem. And so here we are today, and I've yanked the motor out, and I'm about to fix this problem, and sometime before this week is over with, hopefully I can stick it back in there again. We did the same thing we did last time. Cherry picker sitting right where it stayed, and well, it's not exactly. We rolled it up and then pulled the hood off the truck, jacked the motor up, pulled the truck out from under it. Because I don't have a garage, as you can see. And so I have to do all this out in the yard. But I have to say, there couldn't be a better time of the year to be doing it. It's September. It feels great. It's about 70, maybe 75 degrees outside. So it's perfect. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got. I will do another short little video once I get these shimmed up and put back in there. I've got to double check and make sure the bolts I bought are the right size to do this with too. But once I get that done, I'll post another video.